The British Library is the National Library of the UK, so we collect by law everything that is published in the UK, so it's a massive collection of information. The library is in a position to digitize a lot of those books that we get in the collection, and we do a lot of mass digitization. Recently we released 1 million images out on Flickr, and we release them as public domain, which means that you don't need to attribute the library or ask our permission to use it. We don't know what happens to that content and how people are benefiting from it. And the only way that we can understand how they're using them is if they get in touch with us, or on our own kind of communication channels. So Twitter, people write us and say, oh, I've made a video, or I'm making a piece of jewelry, or I'm using them in this way. Thank you so much for this. It's not a very sustainable way to collect information about the value of putting public domain content out there. So our challenge is to find a way to close that loop, to allow us to understand the value of public domain content that is released into the wild onto the internet. One of the big things for us is we don't want to continue to just build silos or platforms that require people to come to us all the time. So the great thing about the internet is that you can engage where the people are, and platforms that other people have built that are of interest and use to other people and larger audiences. So, we used Flickr because the reach of that is international, and they have a lot of tools within that are helpful for navigating that collection at that scale. So we don't want to limit ourselves to a new platform that nobody will come to. So I think creative ways of allowing us to use what's out there, and if Flickr goes away and a new platform emerges, that doesn't break the chain of communication between how that content gets used in a creative way. We're really excited about this challenge. We know it's very difficult, and in many ways it's not a new one. A lot of different industries are having the same issue, where they want to know what happens to their content once it goes out into the wild. And for us, we want to prove that what we're doing at the library is creating economic and cultural value for the nation. And so any way that can help us to capture that is going to be very useful.